I'm Shannon Morse, and today I got my hands on the newly announced Fall 2018 update of the Razer Blade 15. Razer has taken much of their redesign from earlier this year and precisely tuned it to a lovely finish in this new line of laptops. The new Razer Blade 15 comes in 3 different models: Base, Advanced, and a limited edition Mercury White option, all of which come with a premium design and top-notch specs. The model I have here is the base version, and its biggest differences are its solid-state and hard disk drive dual storage, the gigabit Ethernet, which is located on the left side, and the single-zone full-key RGB chroma lighting. Razer was able to include the much-requested Ethernet by increasing the chassis size by 3mm, which also allowed them to improve the specs while keeping the cost down. The Razer Blade 15 base model still has the smallest 15.6-inch gaming laptop footprint, and it comes in at 19.9mm thin. It's built for durability and portability with a CNC aluminum chassis, a 65 watt-hour battery allowing for up to 6 hours of battery life, and it weighs approximately 4.5 pounds. It has a custom heat pipe thermal system to keep the device cool during gaming or content creation, and when I was playing Destiny 2, the laptop stayed very cool under a constant workload. The 15.6-inch screen is beautiful and it's crisp. It is a full HD at 60 Hz and 100% sRGB colors, and every display is custom calibrated at the factory. The bezels are super thin at 4.9mm, but they still manage to keep that webcam up top, which I appreciate. The Razer Blade 15 features an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 GPU with Max-Q design, an 8th gen Intel Core i7 CPU, and 16 gigs of upgradable RAM. The laptop starts with a 128 gig solid-state storage and a 1 terabyte hard drive, plus all of the ports that you would need, including full HDMI 2.0, a mini DisplayPort 1.4, USB-C Thunderbolt 3, gigabit Ethernet, 3 USB 3.1 ports, and a headphone jack. The advanced model of the Razer Blade 15 gives users the option to step up to 144 Hz refresh rates, or a 4K touch display, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 Max-Q design graphics, and a thinner 16.8mm design. Razer also just announced a limited edition Mercury White model, which looks really great paired with their existing line of Mercury White peripherals. I gamed on the Razer Blade 15 base model for several hours to test out the specs, and I found that my gameplay looked awesome on the display, but it was also comfortable to use the keyboard and the touchpad. While the full-size arrow keys are shifted from a position that I'm used to, it did not take long to get accustomed to the new layout and hit my regular typing speeds. The glass touchpad with integrated click buttons is incredibly smooth to the touch, and it's big. The upward-facing speakers are also quite loud and clear, and the power button is again hidden within that right-hand side speaker, which gives the laptop a much cleaner look. The new Razer Blade 15 is available now, and it starts at $15.99. I'm Shannon Morse. Thanks for watching.
Today we're taking a look at the HP Omen gaming laptop. This is a 17-inch gaming laptop, weighs about 10 pounds. What you have with this machine is something that packs a lot of performance, some really nice style, and something that will make gamers really happy. This is powered by a Intel 7th generation Core i7 7700HQ. This is of course a quad-core processor. You've also got 16 gigs of RAM on this system right here. You've got a PCIe NVMe SSD, 256 gigabytes, and an extra 1 terabyte of storage. So a lot of performance there, but also a GTX 1070 graphics card with 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, which means this thing's going to be a performer. Now, all that is encapsulated, of course, with the performance of the display. It's a 17-inch display, as I mentioned. It's a 120 Hz refresh rate G-Sync monitor on this, so it is really, really nice. I mean, games look really good. They're crisp, they're smooth. Doesn't matter what game you're playing, it really takes advantage of that on this system, which is really nice. Now, you've also got Bang & Olufsen speakers built in, so which means when you're listening to music or movies or audio, they sound really clear and crisp. Now, we played 3 games. The first game was Call of Duty World War II. Ran really smooth. Frame rates were up to about 80, 90 frames per second. I mean, this thing just ran well. It felt really comfortable. Also, the keyboard itself, even though it sounded a little clicky, was actually nice and easy to use, so gaming with it was actually pretty solid. Now, the next game we played, of course, was Doom, which is a high-paced game, really fast. 110 frames per second was outstanding. and it just looked good gaming with this machine. That's also really nice. Now, HP sent a bunch of accessories as well. So they sent a headset, a mouse pad, and a mouse. And I have to say, for a giant company like HP, the accessories they have here are actually pretty good. The mouse was pretty nice. I felt really comfortable. The headset also gave me some really nice gaming audio. You could hear footsteps and all that stuff. And the mouse pad was pretty solid. So that's something you can add in your purchase if you want to. Now, the last game we checked out was The Witcher 3. Witcher 3 can task a lot of systems, ran really well, and it was able to see a lot of detail while gaming with it, and also didn't get that much slowdowns on the system. So that was pretty good. I think overall, a lot of gamers will like this machine, but to let you know, if you want to actually take full advantage of it, you want to actually game with it plugged in with the power supply, or at least the power plug, because if you don't, all those frame rates I mentioned will be cut in half. It's for that gamer that's looking for something that has PC build performance, but something that's a little bit more mobile in that respect.
This is the 2018 HP Omen. 2018 model kicks ass. So the design of this thing is very Omen-y still. It's got the red face and the classic red accents for HP Omen, but the design is a little bit different from before. So the whole chassis is a little bit smaller, it's a little bit more compact, and they've redesigned this whole product. The bottom half of this laptop has an aluminum keyboard deck and a plastic bottom panel, both well made, both quite sturdy. The internals, these are really easy to get into. It's a handful of Phillips screws, and you have access to both of your drives, RAM, Wi-Fi card, and you also have your battery. Now, I think the biggest change this year in terms of the aesthetics is actually the screen. It used to have really thick bezels, and it's no longer a member of the thick bezels club. It's got a nice and thin top and side bezel. The screen uses a 144Hz panel, excellent for games and pretty usable for color accurate work. Now, this model is running the GTX 1060. It's not like the fastest GPU out there, but a very respectable card. Even right now in 2018, despite this GPU being a couple years old, it still delivers really good performance for most AAA titles. The keyboard's pretty good. It's comfortable, lighting in zones, not individually lit, but it's a good layout, and I think most people can get used to it quickly. This battery is a reasonably large one. It's 70 watt hours, but I'm not getting amazing battery life. We're looking at 4, maybe 4.5 hours. Still respectable, but because this is a relatively compact 15-inch laptop, I think a lot of people are looking at it as like a daily driver they bring to school or for work, and for most people that are doing that, you're gonna have to bring the charger to last the full day. Overall thoughts on this device though, I really like it. It's so much more improved compared to the 2016 and 2017 models. This one I highly recommend.